not getting anything.
Jag kommer inte heller upp här, men det står att den...
That's weird. So, did you get any reactions? Do you see anything from the back of the screen?
Det says live.
Yeah. Anyone there?
Sarah från HV.
Okay, so they're there.
Vi kommer upp.
Okay. Hold tight, guys. Just trying to figure out the technology here again. And why can't I see it?
I don't know. Just came up. Concepcion is live.
All right. Okay. Yeah, now I see it too. Good. Hi, Mario. Okay. Welcome everybody to the part 2 of this Ask Me Anything kind of session. Hope you've been all good, safe and sound through these crazy times. And I have to say thank you so much for all the warm messages, both regarding the release of the new album and also my birthday. I haven't received so much love in a long time, if ever. It's been fantastic. So I think we have got a lot of struggle last times with technology. I think it's going better, so I can also see who's joining in here. Hi Mike, hi Milo, hi Pablo. People from Chile, Paraguay. It's so cool, this thing, from all over the world. So, we didn't have time for all the questions last time, so I better get to it. So we can do it now. Hi from Sweden, yes. Hi Peter, tjena. Cheers, Luis from Spain. And Luis from Chile. That's great. So cool that so many of you have nothing better to do than listening to me on this Easter Friday. So, let's get to it. The first question today is from G Mo. And it is, I'll see a lot of different influences on your new album. It feels more progressive with different ambiences, especially with the voice. What do you think about that? Well, Concepcion has always been about a journey through emotions. We always experiment, we're moving forwards, trying to express our hearts and soul as much as we can. So I hope that kind of answers why there's so many different ambience. It's a reflection of different things that we feel. All right. German is in as well. Very nice. Okay, next question. Oh shit, I can't double task like this. Rufo Pluis Torre, did you also have contact with Roy during his time outside the music business? Absolutely. Roy and I, we've been good friends all along. So I was there with him as well when he went through his rough time. We always, all of us in Concepcion have been staying in touch all through the years. So we have a close bond, a close connection. Sarah Fanove, good to hear from you again. Sarah is also one of our dear campers. We have so much fun together. And she's asking, you're stuck on a deserted island with only one of your guitars. Which one is it and why? Well, it's so hard to pick one. I think that actually would be the Gibson ES335. And why? Because it's the most versatile. It sounds a little louder than an electric guitar. And I guess on a deserted island you don't have electricity, so I wouldn't have amp, right? It's a good mix. It's like kind of a semi-acoustic guitar also, so it's a good blend between the electric and the acoustic. So yeah, it will be one of those. Cool question. And then there's more guitars questions I see. I can hear some, it's Phil Cide who's asking, I can hear some flamenco Spanish influences in some of your works. Am I right? Absolutely. Since way back, I've been really fascinated about the Spanish guitars. And I think that really peaked when I heard Friday Night in San Francisco with Paco de Lucia, Al Di Meola, and John McLaughlin. But I always had a fascination for the Spanish guitar works. And I think it's also very fiery, like metal music, and dramatic. So it blends very nice in. Garrett Moose is also asking about this. Where did the flamenco influences come from? Yeah, exactly. That's from especially Paco, but this whole Friday Night in San Francisco was a big impact. Tomatito is also a great Spanish guitar player to check out. And then he's asking further, Garrett, did you study music, guitar, when at an early age, and were exposed to it by a teacher? Mostly I'm self-taught, and I really like to experiment myself. I was experiencing a lot with how a guitar sounds. That's how I started off. And then instead of learning other songs, I would rather try to copy or recreate the atmosphere, the mood, instead of teaching that so much was been done already. Or learning was been done already. So, but of course, I did have 3 years of music schooling, high school. Then I had guitar lessons where I learned a little bit. Also had just a few lessons with a Swedish guitar player, Staffan William Olsson, which was 5 sessions. That was really great. He really knew what I wanted and gave me some extra tools for me to move on. So, but flamenco, Spanish influences, that's there as long as I can remember. Carlos Lynx Noctis Vergara is asking, in my opinion, the solo on Carnal Sin is one of the best solos in electric guitar history. Oh, thank you. Any chance you can play it and tell us a bit about the inspiration behind it? Well, I'm afraid I can't play it right now. I have to answer all these questions. Maybe I'll do some video about that later or something. That could be fun. Well, thanks again for that. That's very kind words. Inspiration behind it, it's quite a few years ago, so I don't remember exactly. So I'll have to answer more all around. And my inspiration of guitar varies a lot from those Spanish ones I mentioned to Jeff Beck, David Gilmour, Randy Rhoads, Ronnie Leticro. It's a lot. It's a mix of a lot of inspiration, and also I would say a soul like that is probably Edvard Grieg as well. This grandiose classical music, little melancholy type music describing mountains and big things. Well, it's. What should I say? It's a mix a lot. And I always try to make my solos be part of the composition of the song. For me, it's useless to just show off licks just to do it. It has to have a meaning also within the song. Alright, then there's a question from Stefan Vottum. Any plans on releasing a live album, DVD, Blu-ray from the upcoming tour? And I think we have also from David Pavon and Daniel Jr. They're also asking about DVDs. We did record audio during the last tour. We did have a camera crew for the gig in Spain, but for some reason we couldn't record the audio then, which was a little useless. But we're definitely gonna continue to record when we get back on the road, and it's a very good chance we'll also have a camera crew again on at least one of the shows. So no concrete plans yet, but I think that will probably happen. And then Daniel is also asking any possibilities of a Latin America tour in 2021. Well, I would hope so. We have a team working for us and checking out all possibilities and taking requests. So we'll see what happens. Would be fantastic. 3. What are the band's biggest inspirations and influences? Well, it's various music, obviously, like I said, but we also take a lot of inspiration, from people, from travels, from life. Okay. Turkey's in the house. Cool. Greece. Mexico. Oh, it's nice to see that there's so many from around the globe joining in. Very, very nice. Right, next question is from Tom Martin Binge. Excuse my pronunciation if I don't get it right. So here's the context for my question, and you'll find the question itself just below. I missed out on you and just caught up on your music not so long ago. Each and every album, including the EP you guys made, blew my mind, and I consider Flow the best metal hard rock album I've had the pleasure to listen to. Wow, thanks a lot, Tom. Thanks a lot. It is, even by today's standards, fresh and innovative, or as all of your fans say, way ahead of its time. Well, thanks a lot. So the question is coming up. Were you guys aware at the time you had something really that unique in your sound, and did it come naturally? Or was it the result of a long process? Well, it is very important for us that everything comes naturally. I believe music can't be forced. You have to feel something that you want to communicate. Sometimes the music takes the lead, so you just kind of stream the music through. It's important for us that it comes from our heart and souls. That is original music that we actually really like ourselves. We're pretty hard on ourselves to please ourselves. We were pretty sure we had something unique. We've always been sure of that because we worked very hard on it, and we were aware of that this is something that comes from us. We're never trying to copy anything else. So we believe in our own originality. Cool question. And you tag there, no need for modesty, if I may ask. I'm not a very modest guy. So you had that answered. So next question is from Philip Ignacio Molina Oyarson. Ooh, that was a hard one to pronounce. I'm quite sure I didn't get that all right. Please excuse me. Well, questions are, why the guitar change? Is it because of the sound? The change from a Jackson soloist or whatever to what you use now is very drastic. I'm very curious, isn't it hard to play old Shredder songs with new one? Alright, Philippe. It was my wife actually that turned me on these 335s. And I have to say, I really fell in love with these guitars. It makes me play a little rougher, a little dirtier, which I think is a good addition to my style. It creates more edge. These guitars are also more dynamic, so you can tweak out more sounds from them. They feel good. They really feel good to play. Yes. It's a little harder to play Shredder songs. Well, it is easier to play a Jackson guitar for sure for the fast stuff, but that's also a matter of practice and get used to the guitar. Okay, Hans Mikkel Ødegaard, a good friend from Norway. How you doing? He's asking, so if you were to do a solo album, would you consider an instrumental release or a vocal album? If a vocal album, and you should pick 1, 2 or 3 singers you want to bring on, who would it be? Well, sometimes I've been playing with the thought of maybe doing an instrumental album. I do have a lot of music, but if I would do with vocals, I would prefer to have someone not known. The most fun is to discover someone. To say 3 singers would be cool to have one that was maybe, you know, not sounding like, but in the way, you know, Chris Cornell, Coverdale, and with the naughtiness of Bon Scott. Maybe another funky one, some Sly and the Family Stone type James Brown music. Maybe a girl with a funky, strong voice. That'd be cool. And maybe a singer that would be more like delicate, somewhere between Jeff Buckley and Jussi Björling. Could be interesting singers. But I'm very blessed with the singer I have to say that. Nigel de Vetter, what are your main goals as an artist? Well, to make music, to create music that lasts, that people appreciate, that thrills people and comforts people. And myself included. We need to make music that we like ourselves. That's always the thing with us. Tor Ida Larsen is asking, what's your memories from having rehearsals at Ile Skole? That's where we used to rehearse back in the day. Well, I remember you guys hanging out there on almost every rehearsal, and there was quite a few, with your cars. We had a lot of fun. I remember all the floorball playing we used to do there as well, and hours of rehearsing and jams. Good days, good time. Pedro Marti saying, I'm only a fan of the band for a few years, unlike most people who know you when you started. Do you think your music, almost 20 years later, has more reconnaissance now than in that era? See you in Spain next year for the tour. Yeah, well, it seems like a lot of people think that, especially Flow, has matured on them now. It is definitely wider appreciated. We never really thought so much about these things, but absolutely, it seems like our music is more widely appreciated these days. So that's cool. Next question is from Nicola Di Lazar. I would like to ask you about the ARC project with Jorn Lande. Was it much different experience than the one you had with Concepcion before? Are you still in good relations with Jorn Lande? Is there any chance for cooperating with him in the future? Well, first question. Yeah, was a different experience, of course. It's different people. ARC was also more of a playground, really. Well, we don't have much limits in Concepcion either, but it was more like musical craziness, you could say. So fantastic. Jorn's a fantastic singer. I'm so fortunate to have been working both with him and Roy. It's really some of the real top singers, that's for sure. So it was a lot of fun. We had so much fun working together, and absolutely, we have no plans, but and I have a good relation with Jorn. We talk from time to time. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll do something again. It would definitely be fun. Then we have another art question from Olli Schroderus. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the likelihood of that third ARC album ever being finished? Well, I guess you're familiar with this ARC tune. Absolute Zero! That's your answer. Sorry. Max Max Molodsov. Sorry, I have no idea how you pronounce that. From Ukraine is asking, are you planning to do a video guitar lesson on how you play new or old Concepcion songs, or a playthrough? That's an interesting thought. That's something I might well do. I've had these requests a little bit before as well, I also have to say I find it so fantastic when I'm watching YouTube videos of people who have actually taught my riffs and sit there performing them. I love that. But I'll look into that later, and that could be a cool thing, or playthrough, as you say. Yep, and then next up is my old buddy from Norway, Jon Malmin. And he's asking, how many guitars do you have at the moment, and do they have nicknames? I'm not quite sure of the number, I just know it's way too few. You can never have enough guitars. Nicknames, I used to give them nicknames, I kind of got out of that. I remember my old white Strat that I used a lot, and I still use on the album now for some soloing. She's called Daisy. That's one of the nicknames I do remember. But I kind of got out of that. Next question, Adam Sætre. Coax. What kind of guitars do you use on the new album and why? I do use a good variety. I have a couple of these Gibson ES335. Quite a few Gibson Les Pauls. A Heritage Les Paul also, that sounds really good. The one that's on the In Your Multitude album cover. I use Fender Stratocaster, I use some ESP Strat, I use some Guitar Workshop, that white one, I use Telecaster. Different guitars for different vibes. They have different souls and makes you want to express yourself in different ways. So that's why different guitars for different purposes. What is your most favorite song you hope to cover or give an own twist to? Oh, that's a difficult one. There's so much great music out there. I haven't done very many covers. From the top of my head right now. Shine On You Crazy Diamond. But I couldn't do it like Gilmore does, so that would be bollocks. I don't know, it's a hard one. I'm afraid I have to pass on that for the moment. Okay, are you planning to tour in the UK anytime? Absolutely. Well, we would like to come. There's no concrete plans at the moment, but I know our team is working on to get us around, and hopefully there'll be UK shows later. We'd definitely love to come. And then there are some questions also about touring in the US. Mike Blalock, Mikey Lilly, and Braden Hammer all asking. Mike is all asking if we will come to Florida. So absolutely, it would be great to come tour the US. Now we have the Prog Power show in Atlanta lined up, so that's going to be the first thing. But definitely, it's always been a dream of mine to tour coast to coast in North America. Would be fantastic. Iago Lopez, hi Toro. Until the return of Concepcion, you have been almost 2 decades without publishing music, and you were still in your 20s when you recorded your last album with Ark. I was always commenting with friends who were also Concepcion fans why a talent like yours was so long missing from the music scene. What were the reasons for not getting involved in a band or solo project in all these years? After Ark, I did really need a break. So that break was planned. I didn't plan to be this long, but then life came in the way. I've been doing a bunch of other stuff. I got myself a family. So I've been enjoying and exploring life. But all through these years, I have still been creating music, and some of this music you might hear later. We'll see. But I did never give up music. It was just a break. And I did play with some friends and did stuff, and I wrote some stuff with my wife. That is actually very good material, and we'll see. It's gonna happen. So next question, Karina Saripova, will you visit Russia? see, we love you. And she even sent us this thing showing that we're in some Russian charts on the as number 4. That's cool. Thanks, Karina. Would love to play Russia. I've never been to Russia at all, so and I couldn't think of anything better than actually get there and play. Would be perfect. Oh, and another difficult name, Exacob Duran. Have you ever played live any songs from the album The Last Sunset? Yeah. Of course, we did play them in the 90s. I remember they were quite fun to play, like especially the title track and Among the Gods. And then the next question is there any chance it will happen sometimes in the future? Yeah, absolutely. So nothing is carved in stone when it comes to our set lists, and I know some other guys have been asking the same questions, so we'll look into it, maybe on the next tour, maybe later. Mario Krajina, can we get more rehearsal videos, at least one full songs? Of course, after the quarantine. P.S. I pick She Dragoon. Alright, yeah, absolutely. We will continue to produce some material, and we have a little treat for you coming up quite soon, and we'll continue to produce material, absolutely. Then there's a question from Kevin van Riller. He's been a great supporter for so many years. You've been doing so much good for us, Kevin. Thanks a lot. And he's asking, what's your favorite Concepcion song and why? So if you had a lot of kids, who's your favorite kid? Ooh. There's so many of them, it's hard to pick one. I can say one that I really had fun playing live during this last tour, that was A Million Gods. It's both challenging and it's got a lot of energy, and I have to work extra on that track, so that's really fun to play. So it's kind of an answer to your question. And then Nigel de Vetter is saying, hi Tora, Oh Raven and Pigs, No Rewind are my favorites. There are a few references to blues in the lyrics. You guys fan of blues? Well, the reference I think is more about the blues of the daily life, like the blues that you feel. But we are a fan of blues, absolutely. You have, like, for example, artists called Lightning Hopkins, incredible. So many great blues artists. Norwegian guitarist you should check out also for the blues is Amund Moru, fantastic guy. So yeah, we're very big fans of the blues, but the reference is the blues of life. Then you have the next question. What advice would you give to starting guitarists, musicians about getting on tour? Well, I would always advise people to try to find yourself in the music. Think about who you are, what you want to express, and try to enhance what is you. Find your original touch, try to find your original tone. And just play with it and experiment and have fun. That is the key. Then of course you need to practice, and you need to get the band together and sound well together and focus on the groove. Yeah. So that's my advice. How do you practice at home? You're asking also. Well, I have the same setup as I recorded the album. So I use like a camper amp. So I'm even rehearsing on a wireless system, so I can jump all around the apartment. And then of course, now that I can't rehearse with the band, I'll pop on the music, the recorded music, and play to that, either from you know, the CD tracks, or I also have the multi-track recording, so I can also isolate and I can play with only the instrumental if I like. So. And then you're also asking, how have you handled stage fright on your very first tour? If you had any, oh yes, I had stage fright back in the day. Well, I guess a hint of it even now. I think it's an important aspect of the whole thing. You should feel a little nerve when you go out there. I taught myself some techniques, meditation techniques, to get rid of the stage fright. But that didn't work. When I had no nerve, when I wasn't nervous, I wouldn't play as well. I wouldn't perform as well. So I think it's an important aspect, and I think it's because it means a lot. We want to do our very best, and of course, then you get in this mode. But of course, it was tougher in the beginning. Then I had more fright. Now it's more like, okay, well, you get a little, you know, in the mood. So I actually miss that kind of nervous feeling of almost going on right before you go on stage. Brilliant. And then you're also asking, what would your tips be on preparing for a live performance? Well, rehearse, know your material, and the better you know it, the better you can play it, the better it will come out. And don't be so afraid of doing mistakes when you play. It's more important that you get your heart and soul out. Everyone makes mistakes. Some people are better at masking them than others, but more important than playing everything perfect, play with your soul. Okay, and then is a question from Kjell Strand Forshaw. Best of album soon. We haven't done our best album yet. Let us do that first. All right. So that was all the questions that came in before. Let me just have a look at what came in now. Oh no, what happened? I lost my stream. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's a lot of comments. So just quickly go through those as well. Well, I obviously can't answer all of them now because we're running out of time, but okay, why do I only get 4 of these up? Okay, well, Nana Sherry is asking if this is live. Yes, it is, absolutely. It's the second time I do this. Speaking of stage fright, I was a little nervous before this as well. Guillaume Bertrand, yes. Hello. Salud de Mexico. Why can't I see more? They keep on disappearing here. I can't see all the comments now. So okay, I will go through those. Definitely. So you will have your answers in one way or the other. But I'm afraid we're gonna have to round off the session. Well, it's been me babbling now for half an hour, so it would be great if there would be some possibility where we could interact a little more, so you could talk to, but maybe the future could hold something like this. So thanks a lot for watching, thanks a lot for all these interesting questions, and you know, we love you guys, we really appreciate your support. Without you, we're nothing. Hope you stay safe out there now, take care of yourself and each other. And till next time, cheerio!